Artists, let me break down how you can 10x or 20x your revenue without playing the traditional streaming game, which, by the way, only pays out fractions of a penny per stream. Meaning, you need millions and millions of streams to really be cashing out and making a reasonable amount of money off of your music. So let me start by saying that as a producer, I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling my beats directly to artists. I've made another hundreds of thousands of dollars in live events and touring, which tickets were sold directly to my audience, my community, my fans. And I've probably made over $500,000 in brand deals. So let's do a little bit of music math to break down how you can play your own game and make a lot more money doing music.
What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another video. This is Coda, the producer, very famous, especially social media famous producer, breaking down something that I wanted to talk about and make independent artists like myself aware of, because it seems to be something that plagues us, and that is the overcomplication of making a living as an artist, and the things that we need to focus on. So he goes on to break down, and there's other artists, producers, and stuff that have been speaking about this. I think on the top of my head, most famously, in the community, Curtis King removing all of his stuff from, the streaming platforms and focusing on a platform like Even, which, to me, I still need to do some, research into it. If y'all want a video breaking down the difference between Bandcamp and Even, let me know. Because to me, I was just like, it seems like a newer Bandcamp, basically, but I could be wrong. But he was one of those people who brought to the attention, something that I think I subconsciously did, but there's aspects of me that was focusing on what a lot of us artists focus on. Which are these streams? Which are these streams? So I'm gonna let Coda break down a couple of things, and I'm gonna come back and give y'all, some gaming information on and tying this all together. So let's go ahead and get
And
into the
play
next
your
one.
own game and make a lot more money doing that instead of playing the streaming game. So let's say that you're an artist, an upcoming artist that has 4,000 followers across all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Maybe you have a little email list.
That's pretty much like where I'm at. When I think about uh my YouTube subscribers, my Instagram followers, my Facebook followers, and email list through Bandcamp, I would say, yeah, across all platforms, it would be about 4,000, so that's why this resonated with me. But I know there's a lot of art. This is going to resonate with artists on pretty much every level, because it's something that we're leaving so much money on the table by not realizing this.
Very reasonable number. Now, Spotify and other streaming platforms currently don't allow you to set your own price or to paywall your music. You put it up there, it goes on Spotify. Per stream, they pay you a fixed rate for those streams. However, there are other platforms out there like Audius that will allow you to paywall your music so that fans can preview it. But if they want to listen to the whole thing, or if they want to download your music, then you can set it behind a paywall and you can
And you can do the same thing on your own website as well.
set your own price. So let's say that you are getting, you can play your own game and make a lot more money, and you want to paywall it. You want to charge 50 cents in order for people to listen to the full song and even to download it. Even if half of your followers across all platforms pay you 50 cents, you have made $1,000 off of that release. Now, $1,000 obviously is not life changing amounts of money, but let's say you release 20 songs for the year, and
Exactly.
assuming that your audience doesn't grow at all throughout the entire year, and those 2,000 people continue to pay 50 cents per release,
Yep.
you have made $20,000 that goes
Yep.
directly into your pocket. Now, to make $20,000 on Spotify is roughly
Yeah,
10 million
it's a lot.
streams.
That's a
I don't know
lot.
about you, but how many upcoming aspiring artists with 4,000 people and you want to pay followers are doing 10 million streams a year? Now, I'm not saying that you
Exactly.
should paywall all of your music and not use Spotify, not use Apple Music. I still think that you should meet your fans where they're at and
Yeah.
put your music on all these streaming platforms. Make it available everywhere. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, is it really worth all the mental bandwidth and anguish that you go through every single day as a musician or an artist, worrying about how you're ever going to make a living from your music, getting paid fractions of a cent per stream? Meanwhile, there's other platforms out here that allow you to leverage what you've already built with your social media audience to make 10, 20, 30x what you're
Yeah.
making just from streaming. You don't need to have millions of fans to be a full-time musician anymore. You can have 1,000 fans. You can have a couple thousand fans and make more money than followers are doing 10 million streams a year. Now, I'm not saying that you should.
All right. So yes. So he goes on to say on his post, it's crazy. I know a lot of y'all frustrated with the current music industry system, yet you're still playing by the rules that it created. I laugh out loud. I'm saying there's other ways. The blueprints are out there. You just have to pay attention to the people that are doing it and figure it out how it could work for you. As a producer, I still keep one foot in the industry for projects that are big enough, but I've honestly been able to work outside of the industry for so long that I never have to wait on anyone to give me the green light for anything. It's the ultimate form of freedom. It took me over a decade to learn and build, but for anyone that's seeking the same thing, there's an abundance out here waiting for you. You just gotta grab it, which is facts. It's something I realized at being 33 and pursuing music in one shape or form. I'll say officially since out of high school. So since I was 18, it took me to realize like it's basically 10 years to start. 10 years to start, but what he's saying is 100% correct. Um, I think that yes, these platforms like Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, it's good to still have it on there. But for example, for my book, I have it on Amazon. I have it and on Barnes and Nobles as well. But ever since I released it in 2017, I always push the traffic to my website because I didn't know when I was gonna get that money from those platforms, and I wasn't about to sit up there and wait because I needed it now. So why would I say, hey, go, to Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com to get my book? Da, 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 da. If they're normally naturally do that, which people did, that's cool. But push
Paywall all of your music.
I push to go to my website because for one, I get all the information, their email, phone number, so I could be able to put them in the email list or be able to let them know of future books and different things like that. I got all the information, which you wouldn't be able to get from these companies. So that's the same thing with music. Throughout decade plus of performing, touring, vending different things like that, I realized very early on, which is why I never really like pushed the Spotify because I would make the money by selling my CDs. And, you may think in 2024, are CDs still important? Yes. Yes, they are. Not only do people still have cars with CD players, I just had a homie buy a CD. Has been bumping in his car. It's the only CD that he has. It just happens to be, me, and he doesn't have an aux or anything like that. So that's, pretty much all he's been listening to. But even besides that, it is more of a collectible. Do just like the Blu-ray DVDs, or the Blu-ray DVDs, where in it you would have a digital copy of the DVD, just have a digital copy of the CD, so that way they don't even have to open up the CD. They can keep it preserved and have it as a collectible. And the thing is that one CD, for example, let me show y'all, because like, once you hear it and see it enough time, you're gonna be like, oh snap. Look, estimated number of streams. If you streamed, if you had 10,000 streams, this is what you're getting paid out on each platform. That's 10,000 streams, where the $40 for Spotify. For me, that's one book at $20. That's one or two CDs at $10 a piece. Boom. That's already it right there. And that was it, like 10,000 streams in order to get that, or 1 to 3 people in order to get that. And that's why, for me, because I've been selling stuff since I was like in elementary school, I always just realized that, and sometimes I would go back and forth with myself, like, man, I should be out here, pushing my CD or doing X, Y, and Z, but I'm focused on like trying to get these streams and, promoting this to get, the streams. And it's just like, yo, that's an aspect, but there's like a foundational thing where it's all like, okay, this is first, because this, for the least amount of work compared to the two, you get more. You work smarter, not harder. As far as selling CDs, merch, different things like that. Because I don't think a lot of rappers, because even to this day, when I go out and I perform, I rarely see artists with physical products, and it trips me out because I'm just all like, I had 2 shows uh the week before last. I got the open up for Big V and Nappy Roots, and then there was kind of like, I wouldn't say like a festival, but it was kind of like a showcase. Both of those, I had my books and my CDs and sold. Literally, that 10,000 streams, the amount that it took to make that, I made that, you know, times two. So that's it trips me out. It's not to say that these streams and things aren't shouldn't be an aspect, and you shouldn't let people know, because again, they're able to add it to their playlist, people's playlists. People do use those. I meet people all the time and they do use those playlists. So to remove it completely, that's where I'm, hung up on, because I get why Curtis King did it. I don't think that I would remove it all off the platforms, because, but he's got his reasonings, and so that's the realization. But it is that serious, because it's just all like, really it doesn't make any sense to continue giving a platform or people, the attention or your resources when you're not getting much in return. So yes, that you can definitely 10, 20, 30, 50x, your sales, your income coming in as a musician by taking a look at these other things, you know, performing, just being a vendor. I've let me tell you, I vended at a zine fest, and a zine fest, if you don't know, is like a pretty much like an independent book fair. So again, books, not music. I was there selling my books, of course, but I had my music. I had a tablet that was playing my music videos, and I had my CDs for sale. Like artists, rappers, singers, you have to realize there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there. But hey, if you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Make sure to check the description for my album Tame Chaos. I just released it last month, January the 5th, produced all by me. And then check out my books and comics. It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another video. Peace.